Hey, I'm Lucas Baser, and I've been working on a mod for the past week or so for Minecraft that is based off of JXC's video, in which he described a concept for a mod that would add infinite content into Minecraft. If you haven't seen that video, I can link it in the description to this video. If you're watching this, though, you've probably seen that and you know what I'm referring to. I'll also show you guys. This is the spreadsheet that he created. It generates names and a bunch of data about the ore, just a bunch of random different things. And yeah, so I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool concept for a mod. And then I believe in that video he actually linked to someone that made a mod that implements most of the functionality of the spreadsheet. I looked at that mod and it kind of just didn't do it for me. It was a cool concept for a mod. It did to some extent what it needed to, but there was one glaring problem to it in my eyes, which was that it generates ores when you install the mod. And it didn't have multiplayer support. It was only for single-player worlds, and it would generate the content when you install the mod. If you wanted to regenerate the content, then you had to change something in the config file. It didn't really work that well. It was a cool concept. I'll even link to that mod, because I do think that creator absolutely deserves credit for their work. But I saw what they did, and I thought maybe I could improve on that and make a mod that I thought would be more practical, one with multiplayer. And the key thing that I've done that makes it, I think, improved over the original mod concept was that the ore generation, the materials and stuff that it generates, is random for each new world that you create, and it's all randomly generated based off of the world seed. You can generate up to 256 random ores right now. There's actually not a theoretical limit that I can think of that I've designed it off of. 256 is just the number I've been working with because it's kind of a nice number. In theory, though, you could have millions of different ores, which isn't obviously practical. But yeah, so I'll show you a demo where it has 256 ores generated. In the multiplayer scenario, the server world generates all of the ore content, and then the client obtains all of that content from the server and loads it into your game, loads all the blocks, the textures, the names, everything. And yeah, so you just install the mod, and it's just plug and play. It should just work. And I'm going to stop talking so that I can demonstrate it for you. So right now it's written in 1.7.10 because that's the mod API for Forge I'm most familiar with. Obviously, I'm going to change it to 1.12 or 1.14 because it'd be kind of sucked if you were stuck in this ancient version of Minecraft. But for now, it's 1.7.10 for the proof of concept app. I'm going to create a new single player world, and there's a new world type called infinite content. If I create this world, it takes a tiny bit longer than it normally would because it has to generate all of the ore content and whatnot. And then, cool, so it loaded in, I'm in my world, and if I open up the inventory, and I scroll down, you can see there's a lot of ores that it just generated. Each one has a somewhat unique shape. They all have unique names. I create a little algorithm that creates English-esque names for everything. Everything's totally unique. Some of the names are better than others. It's all a work in progress. It'll be a week for this, but you get the idea. So let's take a random ore that we generated. How about Siavine? Just make up a pronunciation for it. Now, I don't know what the tool required to mine this is, so I'm just going to grab a couple different pickaxes real quick, and then I'm going to go down here and place some blocks of this ore, and I'm going to shift back and do survival. So I'll try to mine this with a stone pickaxe. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Iron pickaxe, yeah, it looks like it might work. Oh, cool. Now I got a Siavine gem. That's really cool. And this is all randomly generated when I created this world. And you can see also for each one of these ores, some of them you can refine it into ingots, some of them drop resins, some of them drop rocks. It's functionally the same thing. Rocks, gems, resins, and dust are functionally the same thing. They're affected by fortune when you mine them. As for the ingot-based ones, let's actually grab an ore that drops an ingot. How about aquum? If I try to mine some aquum, you can see this one actually dropped a resin. And that's the wrong thing. Let's get a block that just drops like the raw ore. This one will. Check 'em. Game mode survival, and you can see that it dropped just the raw ore. I'm not sure. That wasn't very easy to tell though. I'll do it again so you can see. See, it dropped the ore, and I collected it. Yeah. So the way the ores spawn is that they are sorry. The ores spawn in a manner in the world where it divides the world. Well, normally in Minecraft, the world is divided into 16 by 16 block chunks. The ore generator for this mod generates it into 16 chunk by 16 chunk areas, and in each one of those areas there's about 4 to 8 different randomly generated ores that spawn. So that means that there are certain areas in the world where certain ores spawn, and it's up to you to go out and find them. That is almost done. I can make another video later once I get that working of it generating. For now, all ores spawn in all chunks, so you can see it's sort of a disgusting mess of just ores everywhere. In the future, it'll be much better than this. Yeah, you can see that this is not particularly playable. I want this mod to sort of be about adventure and finding new things. So, you'll be able to see that soon. Let me demonstrate. So let's think of an ore. We had Siavine, right? To prove to you that it's randomly generated for each world, and I'm not just like hard coding it in, I'm going to create a new world, which is another random seed for the world. I'm going to let that load up, and should it load? If I search, there's nothing else called Siavine. All of the ores are completely random again. All of these ore names totally randomly generated. All of these are randomly generated once again. Yeah, so I've made a significant amount of progress with this. The hardest part was getting the client and server to sync up with new blocks. Forge really isn't kind of designed for that kind of thing, so I have some kind of disgusting hacky code that sort of gets around that. But I will have a lot more content coming in the next few weeks now that the hardest part is over. You know, decorational blocks, armor, gonna fix that ore generation. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted, and I will be interested to hear what you guys think. Thank you.